Hi, this is Lara at Elliott Wave Gold with your daily analysis for gold for Monday the 6th of January. I'm recording the video 3:35 PM Eastern Standard Time, Monday the 6th. At the daily chart level, I'm just going to zoom in a bit, showing just intermediate wave X within this double combination for primary 4. To see a full explanation of my reasoning for expecting primary 4 was not over here, as a single zigzag lasting 9 weeks, there is a link every day in the text article to a prior analysis where I outlined that reasoning in quite some detail. Primary wave 4 is most likely to be continuing, and it's most likely to be a double combination. The first structure in the double, labelled intermediate wave W, subdivides as a zigzag. The double is joined by a now complete 3 in the opposite direction, labelled intermediate wave X, also a zigzag. Intermediate wave Y is most likely going to be a flat correction. It could also be a triangle. It's less likely to be a zigzag because that would see primary wave 4 a double zigzag. The purpose of double zigzags is to deepen a correction when the first structure, the first zigzag, does not move price deep enough, so double zigzags usually have shallow X waves, and this one is 99% the length of intermediate wave W. It's very deep. That's typical for a double combination. So if intermediate wave Y is going to unfold as a flat correction, then within it, minor wave A should subdivide as a 3-wave structure, and that leaves several structural possibilities for this upwards movement. The most likely structure for minor wave A is a zigzag subdividing 5-3-5. So the main hourly wave count looks at that possibility, and it has the higher probability. Minor wave A could also be a flat, double zigzag or double combination, and the other two alternate hourly wave counts will look at those possibilities. The only structure that we can eliminate for minor wave A is a triangle. When minor wave A is complete, and if it unfolds as a 3-wave structure, we'll then expect a 3 down for minor B to most likely be very deep. It should be at least 90% the length of A, and at that stage this invalidation point will no longer apply, and minor B may make a new low beyond the start of A. The whole structure for primary wave 4, if it's a double combination, should see the second structure in the double end around about the same level as the first, about 1-4-3-4, because the purpose of double combinations is to take up time and move price sideways, and the look of a combination should be a big sideways moving structure. Let's have a look at the first hourly wave count, where we're looking at the most likely possibility that minor wave A will subdivide as a 5-3-5 zigzag from its start down here, this point down here. So far to the upside, we have an impulse here, a first wave, a very brief second zigzag here, a second wave, and from this low to this high, this structure is now complete. It can only be one of two structures. It could be an impulse or an ending diagonal. I've tried to see the possibility of a diagonal and it just doesn't fit. It does, however, just fit as an impulse. It's not a very strong one though. So it's probably subminuet wave 1 within minuet wave 3. This sharp downward spike, when I look at it on the 1-minute chart, was so swift it's impossible to determine if it was a 3 or a 5-wave structure. So it's either subminuet wave 2 over here, or if subminuet wave 2 continues further sideways, it can't move beyond the start of 1, below 1213.56. This downward spike cannot be minuet wave 4 because it's well back into first wave price territory. We also have not yet seen an increase in upwards momentum, which we should see for minuet wave 3 beyond that seen for wave 1. Well, we've seen some increase here, but we really need to see it quite more obvious than that. At this stage, the main hourly wave count expects more upwards movement with an increase in upwards momentum. At 1272, subminuet wave 3 would reach 1.618, the length of the first wave, and that target should be met within a day. Further upwards movement towards 1293 where minuet wave 3 would reach 1.618 the length of wave 1, the second target, the higher target for the higher wave degree, probably a couple of days away. This is the first alternate hourly wave count, and it's looking at the possibility that minor wave A is going to unfold not as a zigzag but as a flat correction. Within the flat correction, the first wave, minute A, subdivides as a zigzag, 535. Minute wave B, if we're seeing a flat unfolding, must reach a minimum 90% the length of minute wave A. That's achieved at 1187.61. If the main hourly wave count is invalidated with movement below 1213.56 within the next 24 hours, then this alternate and the second alternate would be correct. At that stage, we should expect more downwards movement. It may reach a minimum of 1187.61, in which case a flat is unfolding. If an expanded flat is unfolding, then minute wave B should be 105% the length of minute wave A, so we may see a new low below 1180.84 if this alternate is correct. Alternatively, instead of ABC, minor wave A could also be WXY, a double zigzag or double combination, and the downwards 3 instead of a B wave would be an X wave joining the two structures of the double. Again, the second alternate needs confirmation with movement below 1213.56. But if minor A is a double zigzag or double combination, then there is no minimum requirement for an X wave within those structures. There is also no maximum for an X wave within those structures. So, for this one, we may see a new low below 1180.84. If minor wave A is unfolding as a combination, then we have a 3, 3, and we'd need another 3, most likely a flat correction, possibly a triangle. At the daily chart level, primary wave 4 could also still be a contracting or barrier triangle. The first wave within the triangle is a zigzag, wave A. We have a zigzag for B. We need a single or double zigzag up for C, which can't make a new high beyond the end of A above 1438.83. Within intermediate wave C, within the zigzag, no B wave may move beyond the start of the A wave. This triangle is firmly invalidated at this stage with any movement below 1180.84. Unfortunately, at this early stage within minor wave A upwards, there are several structural possibilities. We have to consider each one and rank them in order of probability. The main hourly wave count expects upwards movement with an increase in upwards momentum. If it's invalidated, we have two alternate wave counts to work with. That's all for me today with your gold analysis, and I hope that all our members had a fabulous weekend.